Hello, everyone. The most best day of the week, Captain's Corner. It's Monday, and this is your place to get informed about first steps to recovery and how we help to create healthy and safe communities. When you're joining live today, you can put your comments in the comment field. And today is another special day. We will look into behind the scenes while the captain is on shore leave. Today I have two of our board members here. We have Buzz. Hi, Buzz. And
hi.
And Jason. And
hi.
Hi. So Buzz is our chair, and Jason is a board member, and both have been with Safe Harbor for a long time. I think Buzz started in 2006 and Jason in 2014. So I would just love to welcome you today, you two. And maybe Buzz, why don't you start just saying a few words, like why you started with Safe Harbor?
Well, I sort of fell into it. I've probably been working in homelessness and housing since the mid 80s. Actually, that's when we first started talking about it in Red Deer. And I was just finishing up a job in 2006, and I needed a place to put my energies. And it seemed like Safe Harbor was the perfect spot.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why I joined. Like I say, I sort of fell into it.
Yeah. And Jason, what about you? And maybe just I know when we started talking earlier, you shared the story of how you and why you started with Safe Harbor. I thought that was really cool. Sure. If you could just jump in and share that with us today.
Okay. Well, I joined Safe Harbor in 2014, and I knew that Buzz was on the board at that time. Buzz and I go way back. I grew up in Innisfail, and he started work with my father as a carpenter in the 70s when I was a little kid, and Buzz was already an old man. Now he's a really old man. Well, all relative, of course. And I started work as a lawyer in Red Deer in 2000. And I worked in the prosecutor's office in Red Deer for a long time and became aware of Safe Harbor because, of course, there's a lot of crossover between the court system and the clientele of Safe Harbor and the environment of Safe Harbor. And then when I left the prosecutor's office in 2012, I was sort of looking for some way to contribute to the community, and Safe Harbor approached me, Buzz and some of the other board members, and I was quite happy to jump on board and become part of the board governance structure, and been happily a board member ever since.
Yeah, awesome. I find this so cool because from what I've seen, and when I look at the board list, many people have been there for, I don't know, more than 10 years almost. So this is pretty amazing. So what are some of the, so why are you still there? I think over the last 2 years, I think everyone here in Red Deer has been following the journey of the shelter drama and how hard it is to find a permanent spot and all of this. So I could imagine that it's not always easy to be a board member in an organization that has been under so much pressure. And so I would love to know what have been some of the challenges as a board, and how do you stay motivated and and move forward?
Well, I have to say that it hasn't always been pleasant. It's been quite painful quite often. Mm-hmm. And mostly we're sort of at the whim of provincial and city wins, political wins, and we spent a lot of time waiting for things to happen, and that's really quite depressing. And I don't think there have been times when the board is really down, but we're all in it together. And that's the thing that I guess keeps it going. And of course, the captain, having that captain around, my goodness, she is a brilliant manager. And so I think that sort of keeps us together and keeps us working and keeps us hoping.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the last
Jason.
couple of years, obviously, with all the things that COVID has done to the community, as far as how everybody interacts, and of course, even all this video that we're doing now that wasn't the case 3 years ago, has been a huge change. I've kind of always just sort of kept the longer view of things, right? Because I know from the clients that I have that Safe Harbor has been invaluable for them, and for many of them, Safe Harbor has been the difference between them being alive or not alive. And you have to take a very long view of these things, that Safe Harbor needs to keep going, because Safe Harbor keeping going is really what helps keep the clientele keep going. And we just have to sort of make the best of what we've been given. We have over the years seen a lot of different initiatives that we've had or other people have had that have not come to anything, and that we just have to sort of keep the faith and keep moving ahead. And that's kind of where we're at.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So why, I think like it feels like the board has like a really strong like connection like to each other. Like is Safe Harbor, how is Safe Harbor different than other organizations in terms of working together as a board? Because I've been also in member in different like a board member in different organizations, and there's always like a different atmosphere. Like what is it like to be a board member at Safe Harbor? Also, maybe for someone wanting to joining the board, like this is an important thing to know. Like how is it different to be there at Safe Harbor as a board member?
Well, the management, like I just said, is brilliant. And that's part of the thing that keeps us together. And everybody on the board is very, very committed. Mm. People are very serious about homelessness and doing something about it. And given the sort of internal structure of the organization, it can move very, very quickly. And that's one of the things that I really appreciate about it. I guess that's what part of how it's different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on a couple of other boards for societies and for a childcare organization, and Safe Harbor is different that way, and that the board has gelled and sort of continues to sort of work together, and we all like each other for the most part, not that I'm aware of anyway. But it's sort of the common goal that's there. It's not just, oh, well, let's keep this running and let's see if we can improve something. That everybody knows that Safe Harbor is for the clientele, the difference between life or death in many cases. So it is that sort of, I think, gels the board, because we're not the frontline workers, right? I don't take shifts at Safe Harbor and manage clients or all that stuff. That's not the nature of board governance. It's more trying to help the Safe Harbor have that structure that allows it to exist and allows it to have that flexibility and provide the sort of steady hand that we can overall.
Yeah, awesome. Is there anything else that you would like to share? Are we looking for board members right now? Is there, like, in case somebody is would like to join, like, is there an opportunity coming up anytime?
Actually, our bylaws give us 11 board members, and at the moment we have 10. It's we've never really had a problem recruiting board members. Things are quite good with 10 board members at the moment. People come and ask us to come onto this board. I mean, all we have to do is sort of mention it to people, and they're quite happy to join up. And that's sort of been my experience all along. We have a good reputation as a board.
Yeah.
Well, and as you noted, Kirsten, the majority of the board members have been on for quite a while. I mean, I've been on 8 years now, and I still feel like a junior member of the board sometimes. because of people like Buzz and Val that have been around a lot longer than I have. And that's a good thing, but it also means, of course, there isn't a lot of vacancies. We have a board, I think, that is pretty representative of the community in various parts of the medical and business fields. I think we would always like to have more people come on board that are sort of outside of the sort of interest. So we do have one slot open, and I would love to see that filled with another person. But of course, like you said, there just isn't a lot of movement on this board because the people that are there are committed to the cause and are here for the long run.
Yeah, awesome.
And we have a board member from Black Falls and another one from Innisfail. So we're also representative of Central Alberta to some degree.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Is there anything else that you would like our listeners and that are joining us today or watching the replay that you would like them to know about Safe Harbor, or anything else that you have on your heart, Buzz or Jason, before we come to an end today? This is your last chance to speak.
Are we already coming to an end?
We're already coming to an end. Yeah. What else would you like to share, Buzz?
I want to tell a story.
Yes, please tell a story.
Okay, and this story is about the beginning of the pandemic. So back in January, February of 2020, we had, Safe Harbor had a set of trailers that people spent the day in. However, there was up to 60 people at any given time in these 2 trailers that held all their possessions and bathrooms, and really was not a lot of space. And staff tried everything to keep people safe.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think it was about March 15th sort of sticks in my brain, but might have been the 13th or 14th, I don't know. But we were told that a state of emergency had been declared by the city and that we were moving into Cannery Row. And the city was quite willing to help out with trucks and men, but we were moving into Canada Row, and we closed those trailers and had them packed up and moved into Cannery Row from 4 o'clock till 7 o'clock that night. And till 7 o'clock that night. And we opened the doors at Cannery Row for our guests.
Wow.
For a place to sleep that night. And that's an example of how fast this organization can move if it needs to move.
Yes.
I was just amazed. Katz was on holidays, and so I was attending management meetings. I was just blown away by how these people operated and how efficient they were and how they were managing this pandemic. And then all of a sudden we had to move, and bang, it happened. It was incredible to watch.
Wow. And I have been in this trailer and saw also like where all the belongings were stored. And I thought, wow, how can, like, this is like such a, like, to organize all those things and find them again. So this, I was very impressed, like how this in a very short and tight environment, like how this is possible. So, and moving all of this in like 3 hours, I can't believe that this happened. Wow.
Yes. Yeah, I was amazed.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Buzz and Jason. So do you have another story to share, Buzz? Otherwise, I would love to let you go for today. I know you have a busy schedule. And then I would love to thank you, Buzz, for joining us today, and Jason.
Thank you, Kristen. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you.
I do want to finish by saying that this is one of the finest, most well-run organizations, most efficient well-trained staff that I have ever come across. And I did during the 2000s, 90s and 2000s, I did about 5 years of consulting to nonprofits. And so I saw quite a few nonprofits and I saw how they operated. And this is by far the best organization that I have come across.
Awesome.
And I love it.
Yeah, and no wonder that you have been staying so long at the board. Awesome. Thank you so much, Jason and Buzz today. So for you listening today, please follow us on Facebook if you don't do that. And we will also upload all the videos on YouTube. If you have any questions or comments after you watched, after the live video, please put them also in the comments and we will get back to you. So thank you very much. And you all have a great day. See you next week. Bye, Buzz. Bye, Jason.
Bye.
Thanks, person. Bye.
Bye.
See you, Jason.